I would like to start introducing my judges on stage one by one. We have a video to do this, right? I guess we can roll it right now. Let's introduce our judges.
The AIBC pitch is back, and so is the stellar cast of judges that will choose this year's winner. Vinicius Moraes de Carvalho, Ikigai Ventures, investment partner. Vinicius has over 10 years of experience working as an investor and operator at the intersection of finance and tech. He has been an active venture capital investor at leading funds in Europe and in Latin America and holds an MBA from ESADE in Spain. Adrian Nicolescu, Tomorrow Worth Capital, CEO. Adrian Nicolescu is a successful fintech investor and estate entrepreneur, spending more than 20 years building and developing companies. Adrian is the CEO of Meta Description, but above all, he is the CMO EMEA of Cloudcoin Consortium, a digital currency you can store offline in PNG or TXT file. Adrian's experience includes 30 tech startup mentored since 2014, 250 real estate transactions completed since 2008, and a long career in senior positions. Vladimir Malakci, Xanada Investments, CEO and Managing Partner. Vladimir Malakci is a strategic investor and business scaling expert with over a decade of experience. For the past 5 years, he has been mentoring iGaming companies, guiding them to commercial success and top ranking in the industry. Recognized as Speaker of the Year and Influencer of the Year, Vladimir is also listed among the top voices in the industry on LinkedIn. He has been nominated for prestigious industry awards multiple times, leading companies to over 300 wins and nominations. As a renowned judge and speaker at global gambling conferences, Vladimir has made a significant impact, a fund dedicated to supporting promising iGaming projects. The fund aims to revolutionize business scaling by offering not just financial backing, but also fostering a community of companies that support each other's success. Mikko Puhaka, Ventures Thrive Advisory Board Member. Mikko was born in Finland but has lived in 4 continents: Europe, US, Africa, and Asia. Mikko relocated 8 years ago from Beijing, China, back to Europe and to Malta after more than a decade in China, where he worked for both Chinese and international companies. Majority of his work during the last 25 years has been result-orientated, leading to all sides of his negotiation table, successfully helping companies raise money, find customers in new markets, investing, selling, and also buying companies in diverse cultural environments. His track record includes seed investment into MySQL, which became the first unicorn out of Finland. Currently, Mikko works at his own consultancy company, Leon Partners, with private clients such as Venture Thrive and public sector clients. He also serves on select advisory roles, Global AI Council, Fieldstream, and Transfer Networks. Piotr Piaczewski, Revenue Capital Board Member. Piotr has over 25 years of experience managing enterprises as CEO in EU, UK, and overseas. He specializes in marketing and sales. As a board member of Revenue Capital LLC, he oversees the core elements of the company's activities, revolving around developing and selling Web3 products and serviceability. Good luck to all participants, and let the pitches begin.
So I'd like to start off with our very first pitch of the afternoon. I would like to invite on stage from Dedaub Limited, Neville Gregg. Good afternoon, Neville. Thank you very much for joining us. Neville, the rules are the following. You get 3 minutes to pitch your idea, after which you'll get a 4-minute question Q&A from our judges, and that will be it. Are you ready?
Okay.
Fantastic. Can we roll the time? Fantastic.
So I'm actually Mark Mifsud, not Neville Gregg. He couldn't be here. But I'm a software developer at Dedaub. We're a Web3 security company, but we also have a very strong background in academics and in research. Both of our founders are researchers at the University of Malta and the University of Athens, and a lot of our senior staff members also have some kind of background in academics. So we try to leverage this expertise to create security products and services to try and improve the Web3 space as a whole. Our two main kinds of services we offer are our security audits and our security technology. Audits, this is when other companies, other Web3 developers come to us with their projects, and a team of our security researchers will go through their project, both manually, reading it line by line, as well as using some of our automated tools to try and find any vulnerabilities or potential exploits, and try to resolve them before the project goes live. We also offer our security technology. Our Dedaub security suite is a set of online tools available to smart contract developers, security researchers, and white hat hackers, which allows them to inspect any on-chain data and any smart contracts to find potential vulnerabilities. And it also provides a set of real-time monitoring tools, which allows users to create their own custom queries that run real-time on incoming blockchain data, so transactions, contracts, and all that stuff. Before I wrap up, just some quick numbers. So our company has found and disclosed 11 bug bounties, collecting about $3 million. These are cases where, through white hat hacking, members of our team would have discovered actual vulnerabilities in existing projects that are already live on the blockchain and disclose these issues to the project owners before they could be exploited by some kind of malicious actor. And in doing this, we've managed to save billions of dollars worth of value on the blockchain. We've also done over 200 security audits for some leading companies in the space. And our security technology, our Dedaub security suite, has over 5,000 active members. That's it from me.
Thank you very, very much. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So now I'll give the microphone to the judges. We can start the timer now. Super.
Okay. It's working? Okay. You've started with good numbers, you've shown a lot of stuff, but you didn't tell anything about like how you're going to compete, because like security audit companies, I think there are hundreds of them, and everybody is telling that they're the best from the technical audit. Everyone has some things. What about your USPs and how you're going to sell and how you're going to compete with all of them?
So our main selling point is our background in academics and research. Like I mentioned, a lot of our members are either researchers at university or have some kind of academic background. So we apply this very rigorous academic process to our audits, and we use it to try find special vulnerabilities that others may not have found. And we also have our tooling, which is also developed with the same kind of academic rigor, which we also apply to our audits to find issues that a human auditor might not find by themselves.
Just speak about percentage. You don't need to get into the numbers detail. Can you provide a breakdown between your revenue in auditing and your revenue through the full security suite and the growth of the security suite?
I don't have proper numbers. I'm the software guy, not the money guy. But I can tell you right now, the vast majority is our audits service. But our security suite has been growing. Last year, we launched a user sign-up. So those 5,000 active users have all joined in the past year.
And do you know how's it growing, the security suite? Why I'm asking this? Because scaling the auditing side is almost impossible. You would have to hire, I don't know, 1,000 people or so.
It's human limited, yes.
So very limited. But the security suite, since it's a more, let's say, recurring, a more automatic way of the users, that could be your selling point, but it depends on how you're growing.
Yeah. We opened user sign-ups last year, and we already have 5,000 active users. Many more are signed up, but not all of them are active.
Do you know the churn on that?
Sorry?
The churn of the users on that. You said 5,000 signed up. How many are still actively using?
No, sorry, 5,000 are active.
Are active.
We have more than that signed
Out
up.
of how many sign-ups?
I don't know the full number off the top of my head, sorry.
Who's actually paying? Is it the 5,000 that have signed up? Are they paying, or are corporates paying you for the security of services?
So the 5,000 users are free users.
Yep.
But within that, we have a subset of paid users. We have 3 different tiers for individuals and also for corporate entities who may wish to support their whole product.
I want to touch something very important, which is the hook of the project, because you are talking a lot about yourself. But for the investors, it's important what's in it for them. So you need a very short hook to catch the attention of investors, because any active investor is pitched by hundreds of projects. And this is very important. In one phrase, in 10 seconds.
Actively growing, and we have this unique value that we are very security oriented. So we're constantly developing new technology and constantly building upon that.
Can you do it shorter? The hook. You catch the fish.
We're very academic based, so we're constantly researching and developing new products.
Maybe we can work on that after the pitch, but a very good project. Thank you very much.
What's the purpose you are pitching up here? What are you expecting?
So right now we're looking to grow our company, particularly to invest in more research and R&D, and to increase our marketing is our main goal right now.
Thank you very, very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was our very first pitch of the afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us on stage. And thank you very much for respecting the time. I would like to invite on stage next, the next company is MIR, and on stage, Daria Bruce. Hello, welcome on stage, Daria. Nice to see you. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Daria. Daria, you have 3 minutes on the clock. When you're ready, I'll give the go.
Remove this. Okay, it's fine. Hello, I am a ship designer and the CEO of MIR. MIR deals with marine risk and applies AI technology. The project actually came to life when once we were asked by our client to look after nearly 1,000 yachts that were displaced by the hurricane. And this is when we realized how very much archaic and unscalable the process is. The selling and insuring and certifying of vessels still relies on a human expert on site. This comes with a loss of business and huge environmental cost valued at £152 billion per annum. So we thought we will develop a knowledge platform, and by decoupling the need for presence of an expert, we will be able to significantly cut costs by at least 70% and reduce casualties. MIR works by using computer vision to basically replicate what an expert can see, and we put it into context by using machine learning models and expert knowledge. This is to evaluate the risk. The market size is vast. If you look around, more than 80% everything that is there has been shipped by the sea at some point. We want to focus on smaller vessels because of the high volume, but also easier access to the end user. So our plan is to focus on B2B. Our main customers are insurers, brokers, regulators, and financiers. We want to grow the end users' base and by generating lead, charge interest on this. The MIR has been developed by top team with marine expertise and machine learning. Our competitors focus on strictly discretized risk. We focus on a holistic approach. MIR is a global product driven by the market need. We won top award for disruptive tech. We have completed £500,000 research project to develop a prototype that is used in the field. We have ongoing paid pilots, although we are pre-revenue. And we plan to generate 4.5 million by 2026. I'm here to ask for investment, 900K in equity. This is to deploy a machine learning model and launch the product. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. The judges, are we ready? Can we start the timer?
Very good timing for the pitch. Congratulations. Very important that you are building your intellectual property with the patent pending, which will become a big asset. I have only one observation. The dimension of the market should be put later in the presentation. It's a trend in how the pitch decks are done. Back in the days, this was a hook from the marketing point of view. Now is not a hook anymore. Thank you very much. Put it later.
Yes, thank you. Noted.
Focus
That
on
will
the
make more
unique
sense.
things
Yes.
on the project which will catch attention of the investors.
Thank
The
you.
patent pending is one of them because it's intellectual property.
Actually,
Thank you very much.
A little correction, the patent has been published, so that's of the news of the last few days. So
This is even better.
So I have two questions to you the same. First one is, what exactly your business model is with the B2B, how you're working, and if you're working through B2B, and at the end of the day you're using them as the resellers, so they're working with B2C, or you're selling to B2B only, and you're working only with them and you don't care about like the end customers.
okay, that is something that we very deeply considered, and it is associated how the risk is triggered. So we believe that this is, we want to go not for a vitamin, but rather for the antibiotics, and therefore charge an interest on pre-binding of risk or post-binding of risk.
But what the kind of business model? How you, what would you say? Like
So-
subscription or from any sales? How you working?
So this is an interest on instruction. So each time this is generated, although at this very present, for the pilots, we are using a traditional business model where we charge by the percentage of the asset value or claim value, depending, whether it's a post damage or prior
Okay,
damage.
thank you.
What do you think is the key challenge for you in becoming a success?
I would say the key challenge for the market, rather, which is fairly traditional and resistant to change. And the fear of AI is, it's sometimes paralyzing our clients and decision makers.
I have one question. I won't pretend that I know the market, okay? Just wondering, what is the accuracy of this predictive model, and how easy it is for, let's say, a company that is doing predictive maintenance or predictive models through other industry to replicate this?
A very good point. Apart from being the CEO of MIR, I'm also the CEO of the parent company, Naval Martin, which existed on the market for 10 years. We work mainly for the insurers, lawyers, regulators. And we have built our database over a long period of time. And this is not only data itself, but also know-how, which is built in the software. Yeah. I don't know if it answered your question, but I'm nervously looking at the
is up
time.
anyway. But
What will be if your machine learning will make a mistake?
Sorry to do this to you.
Maybe
The
we can
time is up.
continue.
Yeah, this, most definitely. I would very highly recommend these conversations to continue after the show. So thank you very, very much, Daria, for joining us on stage. This was Mir. Sorry for getting that wrong in the beginning. I would like to invite next on stage from the Silo team, Rasmus. Hi, Rasmus. Rasmus, whenever you give me your go-ahead, I will start the timer. So get your mic ready,
Yeah.
see how you feel. Are we ready to go?
We're ready.
All right, let's hit it.
Okay, everyone. My name is Rasmus Stjernström, and I'm the CEO of Silo Team. So a couple of years ago, me and my teammates scaled a company from 10 employees to 100 employees. And it was extremely challenging introducing all the technical documentation, the code base and the coding style and whatnot. And we thought that let's just throw a bunch of money at the problem and see if it would work out. But actually, it's much more difficult than that. You have to introduce all the different training and technical onboarding, fraud detection and payment and whatever it might be. And people are using a spreadsheet to do this. Actually, 90% of all the companies that we've spoken to, which is over 500 companies, are relying on a spreadsheet to communicate relevant information. And this could be very damaging for companies that act in an industry like gambling, where if you aren't compliant, you risk losing a lot of trust from customers. This leads to that there's no real-time tracking, there's disconnected, and knowledge lives in silos. So the majority of gambling companies then rely on these spreadsheets, and it's not working. So then I can ask all of you here, how confident are you that your employees are compliant and that the processes are being followed? And I can tell you right away that's not the case. So we built a platform called Silo Team, which simplifies the way that you are introduced to all these different tools, make sure that the compliance officer are aware of where people are in the journey, and acts as a central knowledge hub. We launched a couple of months ago, and we've seen tremendous amount of interest from companies all around the world. Everything from Hearst Communication in America to Facebook and checkout.com, for example. The team consists of my former colleagues that were all part of this problem and this challenge, and we really want to do something about it. Given that we don't have that much time, I'll go directly to the last slide. So a few weeks ago, we raised a pre-seed round of $1.4 million at a very good valuation from 13 investors around Europe, primarily institutional ones that all have understood that communicating technical documentation in the wrong way can lead to disorganized teams, and people then leave to other employees instead. So we're launching now in Malta, and we've seen a tremendous interest from the industry as a whole. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Rasmus. That was very, very in good fashion this time. I'm actually thinking this time around, all the pitches are done exactly on time. We're respecting the time. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I hope this gives the incentive to everyone else to keep their pitches within the 3-minute line. A lot is on the line over here. There's a lot of possibilities for investments, so keep it within 3 minutes. Judges, are we ready to keep it within 4? Let's hit it.
It's very good that you started with agitating the problem, failure. So that text was the best hook I saw until now. Very well structured the project, and very good branding with NASDAQ. You should also do an interview in the studio. It will help a lot, the raising.
Yeah, thank you.
If I may ask, so your core market right now, the first one that you're going to target is iGaming, from what I understood, yeah?
No, actually, the core market is any industry that has to go through a lot of regulatory and compliance and whatnot. And gambling is one, but fintech in particular is really seeking the solution.
Okay, so let's focus then on gaming and fintech. And you provide the data for gaming, that 9% of the companies rely on spreadsheet and so on and so forth. My question is, there are similar platforms, compliance training, onboarding training and so on platform out in the market. They are not, let's say, legacy. They are not expensive as well. And up to this point, as you pointed out, 9% of the gambling company did not adopt them. So is it a safe bet to go after the gaming companies? And what are your differentiations in comparison to other platforms that the gaming company did not adopt up to this point?
So, given that we are focused on the technical group, that they are among the most costly of all the employees in an organization. There aren't any solution today that gives suggestions of what's working, what isn't working, and what can be improved in the journey. And given that we apply so much insight into that journey, those legacy platforms that you talked about, they're too broad in their approach. If we truly want to have an impact, we have to be really good at solving their specific issues first, because that's the most pressing. And to give you an example, the restaurant and the service industry, they're kind of on the same level in terms of turnover rate. That's not supposed to be that way when blue collar compared to white collar.
Congrats on the success so far.
Thank you.
The numbers that you showed, like a lot of beta customers and pilots and so forth, do you have any numbers yet as to the conversion? How many of them are coming as paid customers?
Yeah, so we have no churn whatsoever. So what we have done is we have identified the most interesting customers in the batch, and we've enrolled them on a POC, proof of concept, where we together with them build to their specific needs, not on an edge case, but per industry, so that we can provide as good of a solution as possible, so it's deeply sticky within the company itself. And when we feel as if this is good enough, then we'll start converting those POCs. Because I'm a truly believer in not charging for something that isn't constantly adding value. So it's on a usage basis. And when the companies are starting to see that the retention rate is increasing, then we've really hit the mark. And I think a lot of our backers recognize that. Yeah.
You have experience of building company from 10 people to 100. It's good experience, but you know, one time is working with the companies until 150 people, and another way when you're working with the companies like 2,000, 3,000. Why are you sure that your skills and your team right now can easily on board with all of these technical and compliance orders with the whole team, more than like 3,000-4,000 people?
So, I'll tell you this, given that we only have 20 seconds. The entire team is former colleagues of mine. My former CTO, he joined as the CTO for this company, and the company that bought us for $20 million, they were 1,000 people, and their client list had over 20,000 employees, and we did the onboarding for them as well. So we do have experience in larger companies as well.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Rasmus.
Thank you.
A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. So next on stage, we have Incantum Games. I'd like to invite Antonio Ramicello. Did I get that right? Fantastic. Clicker works. When you give me your go-ahead, I'll start the timer for you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Roll the timer, please.
When I was 17, I had an idea. I executed that idea with my team, and together we have disrupted the Web2 gaming industry. Hi, I'm Antonio. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Incantum Games. And for my whole life, I've been a gamer. And you know how do they say, choose a job that you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. So I did it. You can see a bunch of games in this screen, and the game on the left side, they are connected with the game on the right side. That's because they started as mod experience. And as you can see by the number, they not only tried, but even have been more successful than the base game. So around 12 years ago, we started supporting Clash Royale, and by doing that, we applied the 20% rule, where we believe that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but you just have to slightly improve it. So we released more than 3 mobile games, which we have been focusing on making the games more accessible to the players all over the world, increase the player engagement, and also to give to our community the tool to create their own mods. We have been one of the first game studios to use TikTok and YouTube for user acquisition. The studio has hit 1 billion views on those platforms organically. And we also built our own distribution channel, which has been made more than 200 million impressions and 5 million clicks on the ads, making our game studio cash positive for the past 10 years. Now, coming from our Web2 successful background, it was time to innovate ourselves, and this is where Web3 kicks in. 4 years ago, we started a gaming guild called the Rituals Academy. It started as a love story. It ended as a broken heart. That's because as soon as the game started to be unprofitable, all the scholars left the scholarship. For us, this has been the biggest lesson ever. That's because we understood that Web2 games and Web3 games are completely different beasts. Web2 are experience, while Web3 games are more of social and lifestyle product. where people want to feel part of something, be proud of something, and at the same time get rewarded for their time. So merging our Web 2 experience with the Web 3 lesson, we came up with Crown Chaser. Think about a tower defense with MMORPG elements at the Web 3 layer. The game is currently in closed alpha. We recently won an award, and we got 93% positive feedback from the early tester. In this journey, I'm together with my co-founder, Nicole. We know each other since 13 years, and we have been building and scaling successful company. Together with us, there are other 12 team members that has prominent experience from big Web 2 and Web 3 companies. Now, Web 3 and Web 2, they speak completely different language. I'd like to say that Web 3, the giants, and Web 2 normies, they are driven by two completely different values, and somehow they have to coexist in the same ecosystem. So the solution for that is about building consistent narrative across different media. All those media, they're going to leverage themselves, creating a network effect. Currently, we are raising our seed round. It's a 4 million round, and we got 400,000 committed. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Antonio. Thank you. A round of applause. Judges, are we ready?
Congratulations for the project. How do you solve this dilemma, Web 2 to Web 3? Because they are different worlds. You added an idea about how to merge them, but was not clear.
Well, that's a great question. You have to make fun game and rewarding games. That's because the expectations are different. Your Web 2 audience is going to expect emotional value out of your game. They play because they want to feel entertaining, they want to have fun, they want to have something for compete for. While on the other side, the Web 3, they are more on the economical value. So they are expecting an NFT or a tokenomics that makes sense. So on this, we're working hard on making a game that is fun, but also that has sense to have the Web 3 layer integrated on.
Because when the rewards are transformed into money, let's say, you will need a lot of liquidity for the community to be happy a little bit at least.
Well, yes, I agree with that, and this is why we are going with an arcade shop. Essentially, when you are going to an arcade and you play on the machine, you get tickets, right? That is secondary. The primary reason is having fun. So some community member, they will come and join the game because it's fun. Some other are interested in the Web3 layer, and we are giving them the option to unlock potential rewards as well.
Thank you very much.
You showed a great traction with like 5 million of downloads. It's given like a real huge amount of revenue, and I think with the average numbers in mobile games and return rate and retention, you're continuing receiving money from that. What's your goal of investment, and what's your goal of the future company? What exactly you're building? I understand that like fun games, entertainment, but what you're trying to build at the end of the day?
Yeah, we got bored of building just games, so now we are increasing the scope of our company. That's why we are transitioning from being a game studio to make an IP play. So Crown Chaser is the first net in our network. Then we are planning to offer a consumer application for the different audience in the internet. So you can think about animes, manga, even Netflix show, lifestyle product, and toys. Just recently, we are planning to release a manga collection with co-developed by one of the prominent Japanese anime studio.
I have a follow-up question for him. Why did you decide to do this transition to be let's say, an IP, as you pointed out, studio? And if you have let's say, a fairly successful Web 2 game studio, why decide to bet on Web 3 and not stick to what you already know how to do very well?
Well, Web 3 is a new landed opportunities. Like in Web 2, you have a biggest established publisher, and it's very hard to go through against those behemoths. So in Web 3 is a blue ocean, so everything is new. There is not really a formed company that is leading, and we are planning to be one of the biggest players in the industry. Matter of fact, we already have, like recently we released an NFT collection for our community members. We got 2,400 supply. We minted out in 3 hours.
So as I understood, you are collecting money from blockchain community, and you are issuing tokens.
Yes, correct.
On which stage this allocation is dedicated?
This is the first round. This is the seed round. Is a 4 million valuation for 4 million raise at 40 million valuation. Is the 10% of the supply. Then after this, we're gonna have 2 more token raise. The second one is gonna be strategic and for our content creators and community of partners. Then the third one before TGA is gonna be the public sale.
Thank you, Antonio. I'm sorry to stop you over there. We need to be fair with the rest of the pitches. I thank you very, very much. Piotr, if you want, I will start with you on the next one. Another round of applause for Incantum Games, please. So next on stage, I have Blackbet.gg. Help me welcome on stage Joe Dagger, is it? Super. Welcome on stage. Joe, you give me your stamp of approval. I'll get the timer started for you.
Okay, so let's start.
That's pretty much it. Start the timer, please.
Hey everyone, I'm George, co-founder and CTO of Blackbet, Made for Winners, the latest and greatest upcoming casino. So starting with the dark side of betting, we have all these issues that, based on our research, users have issues since lack of trust, no transparency, and complex terms with casino, and those issues we'll be trying to solve in the upcoming casino. We have an enormous growth potential. Based on our research, we expect in less than 5 years the market cap of crypto casino to double. Our casino will offer diverse gaming verticals from PvP games, casino games, live casino, betting arbitrage, and trading markets. We'll be introducing a new feature because we're going to promise the only casino that will give edge to the player. So each time of the day, we'll have a happy hour that will give randomly users an edge over the casino. More details later on. For marketing, we're going to use the Red Bull marketing. So we're not going to stick with the traditional marketing. We're going to try to be viral, create viral content. Doesn't have to necessarily be related to the casino, but because our audience will be male-driven, so this is the strategy we'll be using for socials. Moving on, our casino will be fully developed from scratch. Currently, we have the MVP ready. It's not going to be a white label, allowing us to jump early and quickly in the market. We're also going to introduce new features, cup trading, that will give us the possibility to appeal for a new market, increase betting volume, and have exclusive VIP monetization for our VIP customers. Because we have the code from scratch, we already have the MVP ready, we're not only going to focus on the clients, but also offer a B2B solution for other casinos as well. We're going to try to mimic the style of Netflix. Easy, simple UI. That's just straightforward with subscription-based model. And lastly, we're going to offer premium crypto trading. So pretty much we built leverage trading that you can find on many white labels that allowing user, because it's crypto, they'll be able to trade on leverage up to 1000x, mem coins, Bitcoin, and others. So yeah, this is pretty much a quick demo. We also completed the MVP, and I'm really excited to share it to you guys. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Very good pitch. Judges, are we ready to start the questions? Piotr, I'm a man of my word, so I'm going to start off with you. And we can also start the timer, please.
Yeah, of course.
If you could disclose something more about this crypto side of...
Yeah, so we developed the full casino from the crypto processing to original games as well. We have so far 5 original games. We're going to be adding sports betting as well. And we developed our own future market trading that it's very hard to find it on a lot of white label solutions. So based on this factor, and because we're going to be based on blockchain, we're going to offer a full range of transparency due to the blockchain open source. It's very transparent. People can be able to see our assets. Also, we're going to offer verifiably fair, so people will be able to check that their odds is completely fair. So yeah, this is we're just utilizing the blockchain technology to appeal to a new market of crypto users.
Sì, the first of all, like after experience of all the blockchain casinos and like sports betting, the lack of trust. There is no lack of trust in the casino industry at all. It's kind of a bit a bit lie and myth because at the end of the day, is there like trust? It's no. But you didn't mention anything about how you're going to acquire the traffic and who is like main marketing guy in all your brand, because you've mentioned a lot of different stuff and of the product featuring, and you like forgot about the core. What the market are you going to start from, and who is the main marketing guy, and why you're thinking that you're going to acquire the right users and exactly work with retention?
So first of all, it's going to be on Telegram. So we're going to be a Telegram casino utilizing the vast crypto user audience that's already on Telegram. And because it's easy to use, you can automatically just click play and your account will be automatically created. And on top of that, we can send notifications, something you can do with just a website, a normal website. However, once we talk about lack of trust, because there's crypto casinos that generally are scammy or fishy, so it's crypto industry, it's a lot of these new casinos doesn't have the elements that will give them to be, not just trustful, but also transparent.
Regarding trust, I think trust you build out over time. You cannot just claim people will have to trust my casino because it's more trustworthy than the others. But can you point it out what's different in your casino than all the existing solutions or existing casinos in the market right now?
Yeah, three key elements. It's going to be crypto focus on Telegram users with brand new UI and features that will tailor towards crypto users. Also, we're going to offer trading, leverage trading for low cap, very cool, very exciting meme launches on our platform. And lastly, we're going to offer copy trading and a feature that will allow users to get an edge over the casino in a specific time period. So those are like one of the main features that we're aiming to create or replicate. And also we're trying to go from marketing perspective, try the Red Bull strategy that doesn't have to necessarily be just focused on some players playing, but also it has to be like viral content. A lot of crypto influencer can help us that.
Your competitors are huge companies. What partnerships you have in mind to catch up with them in 8 seconds?
From partnership perspective, we're going to work with a lot of game providers. We're in talks with slot gators and
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
A round of applause. Thank you very much. This was our last pitch of the day. Thank you, judges. I'll take that. Thank you very much. So, the judges. We're going to pick up the votes very soon, right? And I would like to just ask very quickly, I'm starting from Adrian, of course. What went good? What went bad? What's your idea of this whole pitch this time around?
The startups are very well prepared, which is amazing in terms of the flow of the pitches, the timings, and also the data from the pitches. And with very, very little exceptions, they represent very well the project.
And in a timely manner
so,
as well.
Also very well picked. So very good quality overall.
Thank you.
Which is very good. It's outstanding.
Great stuff. Vladimir, you're becoming a bit of a legend now on this panel. I would like your insights.
So first of all, I think several startups really prepared pretty well. So it's seen that it's experienced entrepreneurs, and I'm seeing how it's evolving here and how the startups are evolving, and it's really a great pleasure to see that some feedbacks people are thinking, they're evaluating it, and so on. But some of them is from the good stuff. From the bad stuff, it's only 3 minutes, and especially like for the presentation, it's not enough focus on some elements. It's not enough focus on the business, because from all the startups, I didn't see any kind of business models and how they're going to earn. So no revenue models, so probably they skipped it. I think for some projects, especially which are focusing on B2C, you need to focus not on the market size, because market size is a number that it's unclear, because at the end of the day you can measure it from different stuff, and it's kind of, in some ways it's a scamming numbers. It's better to focus on what are you going to reach from all of this. If you're seeing that the whole market is like 60 billion and you're going to take like 1% of the market, you're going to focus on, I don't know, Portugal, or you're going to take US, or you're going to take Australia, it will be much more understandable, because taking like 60, 90 billion of the market, I think investors are like skipping these numbers. If you show me like, I'm going to focus in New York State, and New York State in this, and I know how to track, I don't know, 5% of the users of this state, and we're going to, in revenue to reach like 1 million in revenue in MRR, it will be much more interesting and much more understandable, and it will catch an eye.
Thank you, Vladimir. Miko, first of all, congratulations on a ridiculously nice resume. Your description was long but impactful. Miko, what are your thoughts?
Well, I'm old, so. First of all, one of the rare occasions that the startups actually stayed on time. So big congrats on that. On the other hand, I have to say that some of them try to squeeze too many things into too little time. So I would start kind of from the end of the presentation, like what do you want actually people to remember from your pitch? And then build it around that. So if there's like one thing for the potential investors or judges to take home, like what is the kind of the key thing that the entrepreneur wants you to remember? So really didn't get that from like I mean, like a couple of the presenters had a bit of that, but otherwise it's like, okay, there's a lot of information on how to grasp kind of like that one thing. And that's something that I'd like to see in these things. But I mean, good job for the guys. So I mean, very, very impressed. So I've seen this at Sigma for a few years, and they're getting better and better.
That's amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Miko. Piotr, you've been following us around the world now for quite some time. So we're in Malta again.
I had a great time. I was enjoying this time. Some of you guys were catching my mind. I would even say there is one company my company would be interested to invest in. So, yeah. I can also say that I can see a progress during this, just not many years.
That is very true.
Many Sigmas, but not many years, yeah. Congratulations.
Super.
I know, I can imagine, and I know how tough it's for you guys to stand here and present yourselves and your projects. And this is a case of money and acquiring money in 3 minutes. So thank you very much for the show.
Vinny, there's little to no introductions I need to do for you. You've been almost on every single one of them. But you're the first on stage, but always the last one to get asked. Vinny, give us an insight.
First of all, thanks to all the startups, all the audience, all the judges. I'd just like to raise, I think, 3 things. Okay, I know it's a short time to pitch, but it should have like an actual storyline that can tell us some key elements of your business. Some of the key elements I tried to ask during the questions and they were still missing, which is very impactful. It's your go-to-market strategy that I think some startups were still kind of trying to figure out, or maybe didn't provide the most accurate answer. And the second thing was what's different about you, which I felt that was lacking in some pitch. And I'm pretty sure that if you're building something, maybe it's out of being on stage, you're a bit nervous, but I'm pretty sure if you're building something, you know what are the key elements or key differentiations that you want to tackle to provide that you are different than everyone else in the market. So I think that that was lacking a bit on this. That being said, I think, as I said, it's not easy to go on the stage. and pitch in 3 minutes. So yeah, I think in general it was a good, but just a word of advice for the next pitch competition that they take part on.
Thank you very much, Vinicius. And a round of applause for our judges today. So in the meantime, the votes have been counted, and I have the rightful winner for this award. Sorry for giving you my back, guys. Rasmus, Silo team, congratulations. Rasmus, thank you. And of course, please, come back on stage, though, and give us your speech, please.
Yes. So first off, judges, thank you so much for the confidence. And I would just like to express a message from my co-founder, which is also my sister, Ida, who normally doesn't send me to these sorts of events because she's the commercial person. But I would like to thank her for entrusting me with this responsibility. And hopefully, Ida, I did an okay job. So if you're interested in Silo Team and our ambitions here in Malta, feel free to reach out and I'll take you for a proper demo. Thank you. And thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Rasmus, congratulations. I would like to keep you over here on stage for a nice group photo. The judges would love to have a photo with you as well. Let's take a photo together. Yes. Do it like this? Yes. Closer better.